Is scouting all about badge work? Well, the answer, no, in my opinion. Yes, we do award badges, and that's the big grand scheme of scouts. Get those big Chief Scout awards. Go for the King's Scout Award, that kind of thing. And yes, go camping. But do we have to do badge work every single week? Was the email I got sent? No. In a nutshell, here's why. Let me explain the context. So last week I got a frantic email from a Cub Leader saying, Mark, help me out. My team have gone off sick. It's just me and parent helpers, and I can't do what we were planning to do. Have you got any ideas on last minute teamwork cooking ideas? Got me thinking on the train as I traveled home from work. You see, with scout badges, there are scout leaders that take those badges by, what's the expression? I'm trying to think of the expression. They actually literally read those points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are what we got to do. We only can do these points. And then there's scout leaders like me who reread those requirements, yeah? If you see at the bottom, it does say subject to scout leader's guidance or something along those words. So you literally don't have to take those requirements word by word. In a nutshell, you can use them for guidance, yeah? And that's what I explained to this Cub Leader. So we can do some teamwork and cooking skills depending on your budget. So I sent her an email saying, I'm not sure about your budget, but here's my ideas on what you can do for a cooking night. Now, I'll let you into a little bit of a secret. I do know this Cub Leader rather well, and I know her program, and I know they do lots of cooking on altar fires and stoves and things like that. And I thought I'll do a little fun twist on her cooking night as she asked me. I know that they've done kind of ready, steady cook with the random tins and make some stuff up. They've done making pizzas. They've done pizza ovens. And this is all in Cubs, remember? Because remember, you can't do everything in Cubs because then you'll do nothing in Scouts. What a load of... Anyway, that's irrelevant. I digress. So my ideas were come up with these 4 things. Now we're coming up to Christmas, and I did this with my own kids last year, and that was to make edible coal. You know that thing, maybe your parent, maybe it's just mine. If you've been naughty, Mark, you're going to get a lump of coal for Christmas. And I did that with my kids, making Oreos, Rice Krispies, and a bit of butter, mix them up, squash them together, put them in the fridge and make them into lumps of coal. I suggested to Arkayla to make the coal with her cubs. Also, bum sandwich. Have you done that one? It's absolutely disgusting. It's just yucky. If you haven't, it is fun. Every young person likes it. You can do this different ways. You can do it teamwork. You can do maybe blindfolded, making the sandwich where one person's blindfolded, the other one has to give their instructions, but you get my idea. Then you put that into a plastic sandwich bag and you put it on your bum and you do a little wiggle to make it all squashy and melty. It's disgusting, but for some reason young people love it. Okay, so I suggested bum sandwich. Also, armpit fudge. Again, it's the same principle. You get a sandwich bag and put a whole load of ingredients. I can't remember off the top of my head. I will put it up here though, memory loss, but you put it all in it. Instead of mixing it up, you put it into a bag, put it under your armpit, and you pump, mix it. It's really fun. And then they go absolutely crazy because they are high on sugar and ice and sugar and whatnot in there. But it's just fun, a bit of fun. So armpit fudge was my 3rd suggestion. And then my 4th was what I kind of just said earlier on about making those bum sandwiches, but doing it in a blindfolded teamwork challenge, you know, or you get them to write down those instructions on how to make a sandwich. So take a slice of bread, put butter on it. Then you give those instructions to another cub, and they got to follow that word for word, instruction by instruction. So if they say, take a slice of bread and put the butter on it, they will get a tub of butter and put that on the slice of bread. And it's about learning how to make clear instructions without waffling like I do. So it's all about having a little bit of fun. So I'm going to contact Arkayla and see how that fun cooking night went and see if they enjoyed it or whatever. But to answer her question was, you know, we need some last minute ideas. Yes, we should have something up our sleeve for those rainy days or when you just aren't feeling that program. Or like in her case, last minute drop out because of sickness, work, that kind of thing. It happens to all of us. It happens to me. Sometimes I get stuck at the hospital where I work and I just can't make scouts. And we have to pass on the other scout leaders and say, hey, maybe we might not be able to do that night. Can you run something else? So having those backup ideas is always a good thing up your sleeve as a section leader. And then sometimes, like I say, it's just looking at that badge and going, we don't have to be so restrictive on those guidelines. We can step back, do something. And even, like I asked at the beginning of this vlog, do we always have to do badge work at Scouts? No. As I record this vlog, in London, it is chucking it down. Absolutely yucky. Storm Kieran, or whatever they've called it, has hit London. And I know that at school today, my kids are going to have wet play. And if you've experienced it, when it's wet play at school, those young people, when they come to either Squirrels, Beavers, Cubs, Scouts and Explorers, are a nightmare because they've not had chance to run around in the playground and burn that energy off. They come to Scouts, they're so hyped up and it's just a nightmare. So sometimes just have a games night. So to answer her two questions, Mark, do we always have to do badge work? No. And do I have some ideas on how to make a cooking teamwork night fun? There we are. Think outside the box when you're doing those badge requirements. Don't take it word for word for word for word. Don't be one of those scout leaders, yeah? Just have fun with your badges. And if you want some ideas, watch this playlist here, because when I did a last scout troop forum, one of the scouts wanted to kill a tiger. And I said, that's a brilliant idea. So watch that to see why I think killing a tiger. Watch it before anyone makes any comments. Yeah? Because I don't endorse killing tigers. So watch the video to find out why I think killing tigers is a good idea.